Hey, VV Nation, Glenn Tompkins here on our YouTube channel, senior instructor here at VectorVest. And I've got another great video for you. See, a lot of you are looking for creative ways to invest in this crazy market. So a lot of people have been asking, hey, can you do a video on day trading or can you do a video on swing trading? Guess what? We got the best of both worlds in this video where we're going to have day trading versus swing trading. Now, not everybody is in line for day trading, and more people might say, well, I'm more of a swing trader, so I've got something for you both. We're going to look at some setups. We're going to look at some characteristics of the different types of stocks and what to look for. And I'm going to help you stay out of some traps that many of us get into, whether we are day trading or scalping or swing trading. So this is going to be an educational video that's going to help you make better decisions in regards to that. So if you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when videos like this come out. And if you like the content, folks, please, please, please hit that like button and share this content so people out there know that what we're doing here on here at VectorVest. So with that, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to look at some characteristics of a day trade. What's the biggest thing I'm looking for? I'm looking for stocks that are moving. Now, day trading, also known as scalping, is when you buy into a stock and you're looking at it at a very short time period on, minute bars, 5-minute bars, and you want to find out if you can get in, take a few cents, get out, and do it over and over and over again. That's called scalping. And there's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube that show videos, that show live streams about scalping and day trading, but it's not for everyone. It sounds good when you make a lot of money, but you can lose a lot of money really quick if you don't know what you're doing or what to look for. So I've got a search right here that specifically looks for stocks that are rising today. The average volume of the stock has to be greater than 100,000 shares. All of this just makes it derby ready. The stock price has got to be greater than $2, and this is the big thing for those day traders. I want to find the stocks that have gone up by at least 10%, and I'm sorting them by percentage price change. So I'm only showing you the top 5 stocks from this search right now. I'm going to run it right now. And the big thing is this right here. I want to find the stocks that are moving up. Now, when I go to start to look at it, I've got to graph it. Let's talk about setups. What do you use for a setup? Well, one, I'm going to be looking at intraday 1-minute bars. I want to take that. Now, after the market settles down after about 10 o'clock or so, I can change it from intraday 1-minute bars to intraday 5-minute bars to take out some of the market noise. Now, the first thing I'm looking for is moving averages. I have a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. I find that it works really well for day trading. Down below, I'm using VectorVest. I'm using relative timing. I want to make sure that the stock is in an uptrend, and I want to look at volume. Is the move on the stock being corroborated by above average or just regular volume or lower volume before I pull the trigger? This is just a setup. Many of you have a whole different bevy of setups to use. But as I look at this stock tells me that big move on news. What is it doing? Nothing. I bypass this stock. Go to the next stock. SIG. Nice volume. RT is above 1. The 3 and the 8 are positive. The stock is moving up. What am I looking for now before I get into this trade? Well, I see the session high. I definitely want to make sure I've got confirmation that the stock's price is moving up by putting in an order a little higher than the high. Well, this stock is trading at $69. It's over $20. I want to make sure that the stock's price is moving 12 cents higher than the high. If the stock was less than $20, I'd look for the stock to move 5 cents higher than the high. Nonetheless, even if you got into this stock early, the 3 and the 8s are doing a good job helping you to stay in the stock, cutting out the news. We are looking at 5-minute bars now. And now, if I'm brand new to getting into this, I want to find more confirmation. If I'm in it, nothing tells me to get out of it right yet. And I would also look at support and resistance. I've got no level of support except for the gap up right here. Let's go look at the next stock. Next stock. Wow. RMED, nicely 3 and the 8, breaking through a couple of levels of resistance. This is a red flag right here. This is a shooting star pattern, and it could be a bearish reversal, but I'm not getting confirmation yet. and the 3 and the 8 are still in play, and the stock is still trading on above average volume. This stock is trading at $4.75 or $4.75. I'd look to enter 5 cents higher than the high to give me more confirmation. Let's go to the next stock. Wow, ATRO, nicely moving higher, great volume, rising RT. This stock is trading at 10.15. I'd look at 5 cents higher than the high, and look at that, nicely moving higher. Now, when do I get out? I get out when the stock's price pulls back, or when I'm looking at the 3 and the 8, when the 3 crosses below the 8. That is the beauty of a day trade. And look at that move on that stock right now as we're looking at it, hitting a new high. It probably went 5 cents higher than my high. My 3 and the 8 are strong. The volume is beautiful. RT. This is the beauty of looking at a scalp or a day trade. And as long as it's moving in your favor, you take it. Now, again, look for the 3 cross below the 8 to get out, or better yet, since the stock is moving up so nicely, if the stock's price on 5-minute bars closes below the 3, that's a good time to get out of it earlier instead of giving it all back. But beautiful move on this stock from a day trade perspective. You can't have a better setup than that. Let's go to the next one. Sumo came out the gate hot. Look at the stock's price. Couple of things going on here. I got a 1 black crow followed by another down bar, and I've got possible reversal. That's just a long selling pressure at the top of that wick. Those are things to get you out of the stock faster. Now, if you're on the 5-minute bars, you're looking at the 3 and the 8. The 3 and the 8 is saying, no, don't get out of it yet. But that's the chance you take when you're day trading. And 3 and the 8 still holding. Let's go see later on if the stock can move back up. All right, so those are my stocks for day trades. What to look for in the characteristics of the stocks, looking at the graphs, the type of graphs to help you out. Now, I look at today's activity. Now, keep in mind, those stocks that we saw that were moving up nicely were going against the trend of the market. Also, be very careful of that. There's always going to be stocks going up, and we saw a couple of stocks going up strong, but the market's going down today. So be very cognizant of that. I'm not telling you not to take the trade. I'm telling you to be very careful. Now, if you want to go with the trend of the market, what would you be looking at from a day trade today? Many of you would short, all right? But if you don't want to sell short, I would say do the same thing with contra ETFs, looking at the graphs from the perspective of that as well. All right. Now, let's flip the script. Let's talk about swing trading. Now, from a swing trade perspective, let's talk about what kind of stocks would I be looking for. Well, I created a search here on the fly for you called Swing Trading Candidates VectorVest, right? What am I looking for here? Well, swing trading, I'm trying to hold stocks more so for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. Not my long-term retirement stocks, but at least stocks that I want to stay in for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. So what would I be looking for? Fundamentally sound stocks. Relative value above 1.1. Relative safety above 1.1. Average volume greater than 500,000 shares, and the price less than $50. My sort is a technical sort. I'm looking for stocks that are in an uptrend and that have price growth persistence. I'm looking for graphs that are moving at a 45-degree angle for me to be in those stocks for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. Hopefully that makes sense. If that makes sense, type a 1 in the room right now. I know this is a recorded video, all right? But type a 1 if that makes sense. And this is just something that I created. We've got a few searches within the software to help you to find swing trades, but I wanted to give you some of the characteristics that I would use to help you find those swing trades. So as I look at this, I've got the fundamental factor built in, and I'm using the technical factor as well, putting together the best of both worlds to find you those swing trades. Let's click on Run Search. Now, remember when I was looking at the day trades or the scalping? I was looking at intraday, right? Now, because I'm trying to stay in stocks a little longer, a couple of days to a couple of weeks, now I'm going to move over to end of day. Let's run the search. Here's my top 5 stocks as of today. Let's do a graph. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I still look at the graph. I'm going to change my graph layout to reflect the type of stocks that I'm looking for. And I'm going to go over to a search or a layout called swing trade. Now, what does this mean? Put this on a 3-month graph now. What I'm looking for are stocks that I want to hold for the next couple of days to the next couple of weeks. So here's 20-day exponential moving average. Serves as a great level of stock to get into. Look at that. Even with the up and down, the stock still remains above the 20-day exponential moving average. I have value on here. I also want to try to make sure that I'm in undervalued stocks. And I've got earnings per share. Want to make sure that the stock's earnings are rising because earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Now, this is the beautiful thing behind swing trading. How many times have you been in a stock for a swing trade and you got out because this happens? And then the stock continues to go up and you go, man, why did I do that? That's why the 20-day exponential moving average serves a purpose in this layout for swing trades. It takes the noise out. Now, if the stock does go below or close below the 20-day exponential moving average on an end-of-day basis, that's probably a really good time to know that the trade is not working for you and to get out and to try to find another stock. CPRX, we found this a long time ago, about a month or two ago. People have sent me emails saying, thank you so much for this stock, but as a swing trade, it's definitely moving higher. And this keeps you, this 20-day exponential moving average keeps you from panicking during these times. Let's go to the next one. Wow, look at that. CMC, rising earnings. Volume is pretty good right now, but look at the graph, and it's undervalued. Remember, our mantra is to have you in safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price in a rising market. But look at that. Even with what's going on in the market, this stock steadily moves higher. Next one. Helmut Pain. Maybe not as good right now because it is below the 20-day exponential moving average. It is undervalued. I like the earnings, but below the 20-day, probably not a good opportunity to be in it right now. Wow. FHN, definitely moving. I don't like that it's overvalued, but it won't stop me from pulling the trigger on the trade. And I love the rising earnings per share. And the last stock is CVBF. Rising, but currently below the 20-day. It is undervalued. Love the earnings, but below the 20-day, probably a good opportunity to be out of the trade. All right, I'm going to tell you one good thing about this as well. As all of this we're doing about swing trading. You want to learn more about swing trading and you're not a VectorVest subscriber? Shame on you for not being a subscriber. Hopefully these videos will push you over the fence to get you to at least take the 99-cent trial for 30 days. But until that happens, you can always go to our blog right here at www.vectorvest.com. On our blog, we have a lot of great information about swing trading. If you click on it, you want to learn more about swing trading. How about swing trading ETFs? Or what are the best moving average for swing traders? What's the best time to swing trade? Folks, there's a lot of great information here that you want to take advantage of, and that's especially if you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest software. We still love you, but we want you to be a subscriber at some point in time. Again, folks, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, hit the like button and share this. This is something that can be used in the people in your social circle, folks, so please share it. So this video is over, and until the next time, see ya. Hey VV Nation, Glenn Tompkins here from VectorVest, and I've got a great announcement for you. Right now, we're getting ready to start a free 28-day portfolio cleanup and setup challenge. What does that mean for you? We're going to show you how to get rid of the stocks that have been hurting your portfolios financially and emotionally. We're going to show you how to pick some really good stocks to buy and to know when to buy them. Big thing here, manage your portfolio each day with complete confidence. Folks, don't put this off any longer. Join the challenge. It's free. Go to www.vectorvest.com/28.